So how do you stand out above a crowd in a market that is noticeably cooler? Let's talk about it. You want to know what's going to help your house sell for more? It's curb appeal. It's cleanliness. It's getting that value up to the perceived buyer as much as you can for as little as you can. And let me just preface with something. I am in no way saying go out and go redo the kitchen or dump a whole bunch of money into your house. That's not the way to do it. Understand where your house sits in condition currently, in representation to the rest of the houses on the market, and then do everything you can to bring that up as best you can. So we're talking clean the house from top to bottom, get all the dirt out, make sure all the filter vents are cleaned out. Definitely make sure that the actual vent cover doesn't have hair on it. Big no-no. The other thing you can do is swap out lights. Lights make a big difference, especially outside. There's a little bit of shots here we'll kind of talk about. Downside here is they can be decently expensive, and to try to do it in a chintzy way doesn't always, bring the best foot forward. It can be, about $1,000 or so to try to add lights to the outside of the exterior, but it can be presented really nicely and add a lot of value as a whole. The lights that I'm more referring to are actually going to be on the inside of the house. The best color to show and brighten up is actually a cool white. But I very much prefer more of a warm white. While I'm in the house, it's gonna be warm white because that's what I prefer just for my own ambiance and what it is that I'm trying to actually build here in my own house. But if you're showing, swap out the light bulbs to a cool white. It brightens everything up. It's more of a natural daylight look. Open up all those windows, turn every single light on you possibly can, and let it run. Open up and just present the house as best you possibly can. That's what's gonna help increase that curb appeal. Some of the other things you can do that really help curb appeal, this one's kind of a no-brainer, but clean out those garden beds. If there's any kind of like weeds or just nastiness that's in there, or dead plants from a freeze here in Texas not that long ago, get rid of it while you can. It's a little bit more, labor and equity into it. You may not necessarily have to hire somebody, but that's a relatively quick and straightforward way of doing that. If you've got wood that needs to be painted, paint it. You'd be surprised what a weekend can do and just how much work a lot of paint can really help touch up. And we're not talking repaint the whole house. I'm talking touch up paint. If you've got the existing stuff and you've got a couple different spots inside the area that you can just touch up with the paint you currently have, go for it. Unless it's pink or yellow, then yeah, paint it. Generally though, I would say, think of it as a new house. If you were walking into the house that was new, would you be able to picture yourself in that house? Right? They're going to come through and do the same thing. And as they start tallying in their brain everything they're going to want to change, that starts to reduce that perceived value that they have. And so they're going to come back to you if they want to buy the house with more concessions, a more reduced price, because they have the power now just due to the way that the market's going, and it's only going to continue to get worse. So it's more important than ever to focus on increasing that curb appeal. But at the end of the day, every single house is different. Your house is going to be different and need different things and present a different way than somebody else's is. So there's really no one trick to all of this. The key here that I would probably suggest is lean on your agent. Have them come through as if they're presenting the house to somebody else and what they would probably try to steer someone toward and steer someone away from to try to help alleviate some of those pains as best they can. Because sometimes we don't always see what we want to see, and somebody else who has an outside eye can help us out there a little bit better. So that's just the way I see it. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.